Hi, good morning. I'm Matt McDonough. Sometimes I drive in the F2000 series. I've been a driver for a long time. I wanted to introduce you a little bit to the F2000 car today, all right? We've got wings that provide downforce on the front. You can adjust these up and down. If you want to go really fast, you trim it out, lay this piece flat. Corner fast, you raise it up, give yourself a lot of downforce. Slick tires, obviously. Disc brakes, single piston caliper, works that brake. A-arms made out of steel. This is a push rod that goes up to the suspension piece. Up front, we've got the pedal work. We have two reservoirs for brakes, rear brakes and front brakes. There's a knob in the car we'll look at where you can control the balance of the brakes front and rear. This is for the clutch. This is a steering rack, obviously. We do have full data on the car, so we detect shock movement with these pieces, send it to the data system. Dampers, shocks to some people, dampers to the smarter engineers. They don't like to call them shocks, but fully adjustable. Got some adjustments here, some adjustments here. There's a roll bar that all is connected to, down to the wheel itself, and up front here. Steering rack comes through the middle. We can tell, what sort of steering input's been put in as you drive around. More data cables than they have at NASA. Radio communications. We've got thumb through the dash, look at temperatures, pressures. We've got different race modes, so you can tell how slow you are, how fast you are on a particular lap, or just get a lap time, and then clear any warnings like high water temperature, high oil pressure, things like that, or no oil pressure. This car in particular is very safe. We've got head protection. It's got a nice bead seat so you don't break your back. These seats are extremely safe in case of an accident. They don't move around too much. We've got all kinds of information usually. There's some basic stuff, water temperature, 96. That car's been warmed up a little bit. We've got lap times. Gears, we don't have gear information, but it generates a theoretical gear that you're in. So we can download data. This you never want to use. This is the fire extinguisher. Hopefully you never have to pull that. I talked earlier about the brake bias, adjusting the pressure of the front and the rear brakes. This is the knob that controls moving pressure back and forth. We've got a rain light switch because we do race in the rain. Starter switch, and then the ignition switch, which will start the car, shut off the car. This is our adjustable front anti-roll bar. We can make it soft or stiff depending on conditions, track conditions. The driver can adjust this on the fly. Some cars have a rear adjustable as well. This car doesn't. And the gear lever. Alright, the power plant of the car. 2-liter dual overhead cam engine. It came out of early Ford Focus. Ford started a name Z-Tech in the 90s with their Formula One program, and it actually carried over into the street cars later on. It's a very popular engine. They use this engine in midgets. These cars, you see them in different tuner car stuff. The whole dual overhead cam setup is very popular, obviously. We've got expansion tanks for oil and water, catch excess oil and water so it doesn't go onto the track. Fuel injection system, air intake, this is all governed by rules. There's certain size inlets. In the rear we've got obviously more adjustable shocks, another sway bar here, gear lever, some half shafts, more suspension pieces. It's a 4-speed transmission. Our class now allows a 4-speed H pattern, or you can run 5-speed sequential. For aerodynamics, this car was designed by an Formula One aerodynamicist. So you see a lot of stuff back here is swoopy, curvy, within the rules, of course. This is the diffuser, so we manipulate the air under the car, it gets to the back, generates downforce through here. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully you learned a little bit about our F2000 class, and maybe see you again in the future. Thank you.